Hi, everybody, and welcome to Diman's Culinary Arts Teachers Bureau. An amazing feat is Chris McGovern, who is the Chef McGovern, who is going to do what Chef Benavides, the leader, Mr. Benavides, was telling us. There's not enough food on the earth, meats and so on, and this is a way that you scientifically are able to do replace that.
Yes.
With science.
Yeah, with sustainability.
Yeah. Okay. And you've been here 11 years.
Yes.
That's the first time you've seen this in 11 years.
Well,
This is going on for a long time. Or?
food science is going on for a long time. We started this program going back about 6-7 years now. We started doing peanut butter powder before it even went on the shelves.
Okay.
We started working with a little bit of molecular gastronomy, which is the study of food properties while they cook and through the process as they cook.
Yeah.
Some of the things we talk about is, why when we cook steak, why does it brown? Why does it look desirable to have? Well, that's because, and that's what we talk about. We talk about sous vide, how we can cook steak and pressurize steak to, have it a rare steak, but be bacteria free, so no one will get sick. But when it comes out, it still looks gray, and no one wants to eat a gray steak. So we tell the kids that once the Maillard reaction happens, which is the chemical reaction of the amino acids that caramelize and change color, and what happens, that only happens at 350 degrees. But we don't realize that because when we cook steak at home, it's either we have a hot pan or a hot grill, and we get that instant reaction. But to see the kids, to show them how they get that reaction, to get the caramelization, and to taste the difference between a caramelized steak and an uncaramelized steak, and helps them realize what potential they can do later on and using these studies that we do and the practice that we do in food science.
If you were to just do this and not tell anybody they were getting what you prepared is science, right? Then and it looked just like the steak that you'd buy. Would they make the difference? Could they make the difference?
Taste-wise, no. Appearance, yes.
Okay.
Because me, I like my steak medium rare. I don't know how you like yours.
Well, burnt.
Well, burnt. Okay. Well, maybe. But if you have a medium rare steak, a lot of times you only get that little center part of that medium rare.
Yeah.
When you have a sous vide steak, that medium rare is from edge to edge. The whole thing is medium rare, and it's safer than a well-done steak.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, it's all pasteurized, which means that all the bacteria is cooked off.
And the science gets you more than just meat.
Oh yes.
It gets everything.
It gets everything. Yes. Yeah. So what's nice about that, because I work with a science teacher, science instructor, and he talks about the logarithms and talks about the reduction of pathogens that we talk about in our culinary aspect. And what's nice of getting academia and vocation put together is great. And this is an after-school program that we teach our students once a week. It starts at 3 o'clock and it goes to 5 o'clock. Now I don't know about you, but having kids stay after school for 2 hours, after when they don't have to be and it's voluntary, they're here every single day.
Is that right?
Every single week.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, through the period of time, you have a outside restaurant being developed by a former student of Diman, the Culinary Arts.
Yes.
So how many others are out there that you've made geniuses out of by virtue of food?
Virtue of food? It's actually, glad you say that, because Johnson Wales right now, this year is their first year starting their food science program. And we've been doing this now for 6 years. And now colleges are starting to step up, seeing everything that's on TV, and actually bringing up to them, say, you know what, there's a need for this. And going back to sustainability, we're talking about how can we get, sustainability products in our restaurants. Right now, there's a thing called Impossible Burger. And basically, it's all plant-based. Yeah. It's like a vegan burger on steroids. You can't tell it's a vegan burger. It tastes just like a regular burger. It bleeds like a regular burger.
Wow.
So but it's all 100% plant-based. Yeah. And with the years that's coming down, where we look at maybe 2025, where there might be a beef shortage.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Are we going to have enough to sustain the population of our planet?
Imagine what that means to the world.
Exactly.
I mean, what it does
exactly.
to the world. You're kidding? It's everything in the world. There's starvation everywhere, right? And when you don't have to need the animals to make the meal, and you're doing that all over the world, and all over the world is in tough shape.
Oh yes.
Tough shape.
Yes.
But this could be amazing. It is amazing.
Oh yeah, it is. And this part, we don't really get down to the nitty-gritty science. We make it fun. I mean, if I have to have kids stay here from 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you want to make it fun. So we do liquid nitrogen ice cream. We make little Dippin' Dots ice cream. We'll make sous vide steak. We'll make peanut butter powder and Nutella powder. We make bacon powder.
Wow.
And then we also make whipped cream in a can. You know, we always get whipped cream in the can. We always wonder, is that real whipped cream? Or is that real cream in the can?
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
And we're going to talk about that when we do our demos later.
So why don't you introduce us to the 3 kids?
Sure. On the back.
Introduce us to the camera to the 3 kids.
Sure.
You got to do all that introduction.
No worries, no worries.
All
So right back here, guys. So right behind me on my left is Justin Oliveira. He is a senior. He's going to be graduating very soon. In the middle is Nicholas Mata. He's a junior in a culinary program. And also Brianna Traylor is also a senior. She'll be graduating in with us this year.
Onto the world of science.
Today we're going to start off with our tapioca introduction, which is going to make our peanut butter and Nutella powder. Over here we're going to make our whipping siphons, where we're going to make our own fresh whipped cream in a can. And we'll talk a little bit more about that with Brianna Traylor. And at the end here, we're going to finish up with liquid nitrogen ice cream. We're going to make ice cream right in our KitchenAid mixer with Nicholas Mata. So without ado, Justin Oliveira, start with you.
So tapioca maltodextrin is a certain powder that can take away, like dehydrate, like a certain like peanut butter or Nutella, and then it bonds the proteins together, creating the powder that you see. And so when you put it inside your mouth, it then hydrates it, and it becomes that type of peanut butter feel or that Nutella feel that you get. So only thing that you have to do is just basically just get like the Nutella, and then also just the powder, and just put it in there and mix it together thoroughly. So then all of a sudden it would become the powder that you see.
So as Justin's mixing the Nutella with the tapioca maltodextrin, what it does is that it's bonding to those fats. The hydroscopic powder, which means that it's once it dehydrates. You'll find a hydroscopic powder in diapers, actually find it in astronauts' food when they take up the space with them. And what it does is that it bonds those fats. And the type of maltodextrin bonds to the fats and dehydrates liquid, it absorbs it up. So it turns it into a powder. So some of the things you can do is, let's say, peanut butter powder, Nutella powder, olive oil powder, bacon powder. Any type of fat you can bond to. And what's nice about it, the trick, is that once it's bonded together, you can place it either on top of ice cream, put it on top of trail mix. If it's olive oil powder, you can put it on top of hors d'oeuvres, on top of salad. And as you're eating the salad or eating your hors d'oeuvres or even having it on top of ice cream, once you put it back on your palate, it's going to turn back into the original form of peanut butter. So it's nice for sensory and texture and mouthfeel. It kind of sends people through a loop, and it kind of makes our mind think a little bit as we're taking that and placing it on our palate. And we're allowing Justin to mix that in. It does take a little bit long to mix it in, but we wanted to show the process of how we can mix that and incorporate that together.
All the pieces that go to the puzzle that you're doing are all available anywhere, right?
Yes, this is all available anywhere. Right now, you can buy peanut butter powder on the shelves, but you can also buy tapioca maltodextrin online. You can buy it on Amazon if you wanted to. And what's nice is that people can stop making their own shakes. A lot of times, people don't realize that when you're buying peanut butter powder in the store, they're adding salt and preservatives in it because it needs to be processed and have a high shelf life. When you're making something like this, you control what you're putting in. You can control the salt content. It's like when you cook at home from scratch. You can control what you have. You can stay away from processed foods.
Chris, how long have you at Diman been doing this?
We've been doing this now for 6 years, teaching food science after school with the students. I know students that are in college right now that move on to Johnson Wales or CIA.
Colleges are now picking it up.
Colleges are now picking it up, but also they're coming back and chef, in our labs now, we're doing a little bit of food science. Can you send me that, the tapioca maltodextrin recipe that we use so I can help out and figure out what my lab practicum is going to be. Practicum is going to be their final. So they come back and stuff that they use in high school, they're using in college. So, and I do see a move in the future for a lot of these things. You're going to start seeing a lot more coming in restaurants. Most people be more aware of what they are. How are we doing, Justin?
Showing up pretty good, yeah.
over there. All right, pour that out to the bowl. Here you go. Now, if you're going to watch it. Now, do you want to try it?
Today we're using a whipping siphon to make chantilly cream. We use nitrous oxide to pressurize the chamber which the cream is in. They're originally created to aerate whipped cream in a can using nitrous oxide, but we can also use carbon dioxide to make fresh soda or infuse fruit with the carbon dioxide. So we mix everything in the bowl, add powdered sugar and heavy cream. And the difference between whipped cream and chantilly cream is we add vanilla flavor.
And now we're blending in the confectionery sugar and the heavy cream to make one product. So when we do put it into our whipping siphon, it's all one flavor, one distinct flavor. So this way, when we press it out of our nitrous oxide, it'll be one whipped cream in a can.
Alright, so I put it in this chamber, funnel.
Now she's stopping to check because there is a level that she can only go up to, which is 1 liter or 1 quart inside that container. Because you need to leave space for the nitrous oxide to infuse with the fat of the cream to aerate to make whipped cream. So basically, if you go to the grocery store, you get a can of whipped cream, this is exactly what you're buying. But then again, there's no preservatives, there's no artificial salts.
Diamond is fierce in everything, Chris.
We try to be. We try to be.
That's true. I mean, look at this. Colleges are chasing you after 6 years you've been doing it.
And now what she's doing, she's charging the nitrous oxide into the canister. But because it is a 1 quart, she needs 2 charges. So she's gonna take this one out, and she's gonna add another one. Leave it on. Shake it up real good. Right? And now what she's doing, she's shaking it up, getting that nitrous oxide all within the cream, allowing those nitrous oxide to infuse with the air, the fat molecules in the heavy cream. Because heavy cream does have about 30% of fat content in the cream. I think we should be ready. Pull that trigger slowly. There we go. Whipped cream in a can.
So instead of the chantilly cream, we also added hot cocoa mix and coffee, so we can make a mocha cream. So we already made that.
Shake it up again. Nicholas Monty, start off with our liquid nitrogen ice cream.
So over here we're using liquid nitrogen to make ice cream. Liquid nitrogen, or N2, makes up about 78.3% of our air. And they commercially make liquid nitrogen by fractional distillation of liquid air. Liquid nitrogen boiling point is around negative 320.4 degrees Fahrenheit. The melting point of it is at negative 346 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the critical temperature, where it turns from liquid nitrogen back into air, is at around negative 232.4 degrees Fahrenheit. So today we will be making peppermint ice cream. So we take our peppermint extract and put it into our ice cream base, along with some orange food coloring to trick your mind to thinking that it's a different flavor instead of peppermint. So now we will put on our safety gear. And now we will get our liquid nitrogen.
So as you can see, our liquid nitrogen, you can see a lot of evaporation happening with our liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen is just super cool nitrogen that's in our air atmosphere that we already have already. But what we're doing is that we're going to incorporate mixing the ice cream base with our super cool nitrogen, liquid nitrogen, that's negative 340 degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine going to an ice cream shop and seeing that. I would walk in.
You would, yeah. This idea is so you can help save the poverty in the world.
Well, what's nice about this, imagine, you go to an ice cream shop, you have all those cups of ice cream. You gotta have all that storage. Yep. Why not make ice cream
Make it
in
right
2
away.
minutes? To order, what do you like?
It's amazing, Chris. Amazing.
Now, Nick, why do we use liquid nitrogen? Why is it better to use liquid nitrogen than regular ice cream?
It's better to use liquid nitrogen because it doesn't give the ice molecules a chance to crystallize. Therefore, it leaves you with a more smoother, creamier ice cream than regular ice cream.
It's not hard too.
So now
There you go.
So now you have your orange peppermint ice cream. You want chocolate mousse or chantilly cream?
Chocolate mousse, I guess.
Peanut butter or Nutella powder?
Peanut butter.
This is a molecular astronomy ice cream sundae.
Aren't you jealous of what I'm going to do? Chef McGovern has said that you're the only 3 youngsters doing this right now, right?
Well, there's a class of us. There's just 3 of us are in shop today.
So you're the specialist in the class. Got it. But do you see this being in your future?
I do.
I do.
This is my first year doing it, food science, but I've always been interested in, I've seen the older kids do it, so it made me want to try it.
Yeah, well, especially when they talk about that either Roger Williams or one of the colleges here in Rhode Island is now picking it up. And yet it's been done here for 6 years.
Yes, some of the people that have already graduated that have done food science comes back and they say that their colleges are also doing food science.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just a great opportunity for you know, you're starting something, you know, that you could start a business and really, it's not expensive to buy the things you have to buy. And you're really doing something and you came from here. And that's why we need the school.
That's correct.
We need a lot of things that would happen for all the shops in here and all the children in here. It'd be great, it'd be great.
It would be great.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
congratulations. Congratulations, and I got everything you made. Thank you so much.
Right now on our cooking side, we're getting ready for our lunch service. We change our meal every single day. Here on this side, we have students getting ready to serve lunch. I do have two students here that would like to talk to you about our cooking side. Their name is Kyla Stanley and Brianna Roy. So Brianna Roy, Kyla Stanley. So what are we doing here on this side?
On this side, we are on the cooking side with our instructor, Chef Patello, and every day we prepare, we plan, prepare, and execute a meal every day for the front of the house.
So Ms. Stanley, how do you think Diman Culinary Arts, or Diman in general, helps you prepare for the real world or even college?
I think it definitely helps us prepare. It teaches us very good time management skills, and it helps us communicate better, definitely as a group. I have to say that it's prepared me better than anything. This class is the best one we have, in my opinion. And even our academic classes definitely prepare us a lot. I think I'm ready to go out into the real world after this.
Right. So again, on this year now, they're just starting it ready. We're going to be opening up in about 15 minutes. Our instructor, Chef Patello, is eagerly getting our students ready to get ready here. On that back end here, we have our saute station on that end here. We have our grill station, fry station, and here we have our oven roast station over here as well. We do have an expediter that calls out tickets. We have the latest POS system that has a computer screen. It's also a touch screen, so the students get what the technology is in the real workforce, but also it gets them ready so when they do leave here, they can go in any job, an expo. They can be behind the line. They can stop prep cooking right here out of high school, right into the real world of work, or prepare them for college. Now, our freshman side is hit up by our instructor, Chef Roulette. Chef Roulette is our freshman instructor. He's on this side, teaches all the basic and fundamentals of cooking, baking, and to get them prepared for the front of the house. I do have two students here that would love to talk to you. Their name is Sarah and Renee. Sarah, Renee, hi ladies. Right. You guys take up loud, the kitchen's very loud. So what do we do on this side?
We learn the basic cooking skills, basic baking skills, knife skills, sanitation.
What do you think will you learn from this to help you either on the other sides or afterwards?
Well, it'll prepare us for entry-level jobs in the culinary careers.
And we're going to cut it, okay, into our strips, just like that. Okay, next one. I'm going to cut that into our steaks, just like that, okay?
Jonathan runs this emporium right here, and you can see that it's always crowded. And the question is, Patrick is our waiter today. And what are the hours that you come?
The hours we have here, since it's a school-run restaurant, is around 10:45 to 12:30.
If they have a special party here, do you guys attend the kids' students?
Yep, the students operate the restaurant, they run the cash register, they serve the tables, they learn skills like management skills, they operate on the front of the house point of sale system, which is an industry state-of-the-art equipment which they would use in the real world in a real restaurant.
And everything is made here.
Of course.
Everything's made by the students. All the pastries are made by the students. All of the food is cooked fresh to order by our students as well.
Here's a hidden gem.
Best
What
kept
about-
secret.
What about this? Is there going to be a patio put outside?
We're putting in a brand new outdoor patio. We're going to have about 5 to 7 tables outside for outdoor dining.
Okay. And will it be the same hours as the...
Yep, we serve Monday through Friday, 10:45 in the morning until 12:15 is our last seating.
So take the opportunity, guys.
Thank you very much.
Patrick,
It was a blessing to meet you.